Hi, I'm Jackie is Stitching Across the Globe, and this is week 3 of the Slea Head Quilt Along. If you are new here, welcome. Don't worry, you've got plenty of time to catch up. And if you're returning, again, welcome. I'm so glad to see you back. This week, we're going to be deciding our layout for all of our beautiful fabrics. In the pattern, I supply you with 2 layout options for the baby, 2 layout options for the throw, and 1 layout option for the full. Or you can just let it be completely random, which is super fun. Or you can lay your quilt out ahead of time, which is what I prefer to do. I like to be able to see it ahead, lay it out, swap my colors around. So I'm just gonna walk you through my process and show you how I do that. First, I'm going to lay out my A squares with a good color distribution, trying to balance my lights and my darks. Then I'm going to add in my B rectangles, again, trying to balance the lights and darks in a way that I think looks good. I'm then going to lay them out kind of how they'll be in the pattern. And as you can see, I have a lot of teals in the lower left corner, which I don't really love. So I rearranged them so that I like the color a little bit more. And now I'm going to start adding my C and D squares and just kind of randomly laying them out, trying to get an even color distribution. So you can kind of see here as I lay them out and the steps that I'm going through. And then once I get all my pieces laid out, I'm going to just kind of keep swapping pieces around until I'm comfortable with the layout. A good way to do this is to snap a picture, step back, see if you like the general layout. Is there anywhere that your eye is really drawn to? And then once you're happy, I'll show you how I stack my pieces to make it easier to start sewing next week. Once you've taken all the photos that you're going to need to reference throughout the sewing process, I like to stack my fabric in pairs to take it to my sewing machine because that's how you'll start sewing it. So I have my BC pair. I'll just stack that on top of my A square. And then you've got your 2 Ds, and I'll stack those. And then your 2 Cs, and I'll stack those. So now I've got to stack, this is one block, and I've got a pair, and a pair, and that'll get me to start sewing. And then as I get farther in the process, which I'll show you next week, you can start referencing your photos. So I have my next block, and I'll just put it on there at an angle. I've got my BC pair, my DD pair, and my CC pair. So again, a pair, a pair, a pair, and then my A block. The third one in this row, my third block in this row, my A block, my BC pair, my DD pair, and my CC pair. And now we're ready to take this to the sewing machine, and I will show you how to start sewing it next week. I can't wait to see what layout you decided on. Whether it's one from the pattern or one that you created, I want to see it. Share on Instagram with the hashtag Slea Head Quilt Along and tag me at Stitching Across the Globe. Alternatively, you can shoot me an email at quilts@stitchingacrosstheglobe.com. Next week, we're going to start sewing. It's okay if you want to get a jump and start sewing this week. There's a lot next week. Until then, have fun.